Happy Macabre Mondays, creeps. I apologize for the stuffy situation up here. I am in fact sick, which is why I have tea instead of wine this week. Why am I sick? I'm sick because I was in Vegas, and apparently my body doesn't like temperature change from the desert. And also, I don't know, maybe it was because I partied my ass off at the 30 Seconds to Mars concert, where it was raining with a lightning storm, and yes, it was the best experience of my life, but I am sick. But don't even worry about it, because I also got some footage in Vegas of, well, let's see, this place just happens to be the site of the #1 worst tragedy ever to happen in Nevada state history, and also the 3rd worst hotel fire in the entire United States. We are going to Bally's, aka the original MGM, the north end of the strip. It's about to get creepy, it's about to get smoky, it's about to get awesome, and I'm about to get sneezy. Cheers. It's 7 a.m. on November 21st of 1980. The MGM Grand, where it sits, the original location on the north end of the strip, which is now Bally's. It was a day like any other. Maybe you were sleeping in your bed. Maybe you were playing the slots. Maybe you were playing some blackjack. Maybe you were hoping to win big. Maybe you were smoking a cigarette. Maybe you were picking up a prostitute because it's legal in Vegas. Maybe you were joining a gang. Who knows? It's Vegas. Anything's possible, and it all stays there, so who cares what you do? Anyways, it's not the point. The point is people were chilling at the MGM Grand Party and having the time of their life, sleeping, having the best dreams ever, when a fire hits. This fire wasn't random. This fire was a long time coming. This fire was an act of fate. Its origin, the deli restaurant in the MGM Grand. There was a display case like you would find in many restaurants. No big deal. Maybe they had some pies and maybe they had some salami, Italian subs. I don't know. What I do know is this display case, big, large, lots of power, needed its own energy source. But it was installed later and plugged into an existing outlet with other things, and the vibration of the machine from months and months and months, maybe years, who knows, we're embellishing the story here, rattles, eats away at the pipes, the vibration, corrosion, till there's exposed wires. Those exposed wires spark nights of fire, fireballs. We're talking intense fire, explosion, boom. This fire sent a fireball. Lots of people were killed in the fire. Not as many casualties as you would think on the ground floor of the casino, where most of the damage happened was from the toxic fumes rising up from the fire of the burning metals, of the burning plastics, going up, the AC, up the air ducts, up the elevator shafts, up their stairwells. People asleep in their beds in the upper levels have no idea what's happening, die in their bed. The people that are awake screaming, try to reach for help. It is pandemonium. It is absolute chaos. People rush to go up to the stairwells. Well, bad news for them is the only doors in the stairwell that are actually open are the bottom floor and the roof. So all of those levels of this building, you're dying. You're dying in that stairwell because there's people on the streets witnessing this. There's fire trucks everywhere. The firefighters get there. They're raising their ladders up. There's people on those little like cherry picker things trying to grab people from their hotel rooms. People are literally smashing out the panes of glass in the windows of their hotel rooms. Some of them even jumping to their death, jumping at a chance of survival. Most of them not making it. I think the firefighters' ladders only went up to like floor 19, and this is a 20-plus story building. Some people were able to escape to the roof. I mean, even after the fire was done, there was rescues happening. They rescued like 1,000 people from the roof of this. 700 people about were injured and 85 died. It was horrific. It was all because of faulty wiring. I mean, we're talking in a matter of minutes. The fire traveled at a speed of 15 to 19 feet per second. That is some fast fire. There were so many deaths that happened on the upper floors of the hotel. They actually even brought in a priest to walk through the rooms and bless all the bodies.
And there were several rather tender scenes. One particularly I remember was the waiter had just delivered breakfast, and he was there beside his tray, and one wife was with her husband with their arms intertwined. It was very sad.
So the damage was obviously unbelievable, and the MGM didn't want it anymore. So in '85, they sold it to Bally's, and they moved further south. And it should also be noted that there were sprinklers in the casino, but only in the money counting room. Nice to know the priorities were in 1980. But since this happened, this horrible, horrible tragedy, it did kind of wake the nation up and be like, oh, maybe we should install sprinklers throughout our hotels and casinos, you know, just in case a fire happens and I don't know, like almost 100 people die. And Bally's renovated what they could, built a south tower, but kept the remaining original north tower of the MGM Grand that only just had 61 of the 85 deaths in it. Now, I don't know about you, but if I was spending that much money to buy a casino and I was already building a second tower, I think I would tear down the first one because it had such bad juju. But they didn't. They kept it. And there's a whole bunch of paranormal activity. So much, in fact, that the night shift, apparently, of the cleaning crew carry rosary beads with them when they visit the upper levels of the hotel where most of the deaths occurred. There have been sightings of a lot of apparitions, a lot of screaming. Obviously, I can only imagine it's probably just intense with screaming. There have been reports of seeing an elderly couple walk down one of the hallways of one of the upper floors, like with the older guy's, apparently his arms around his wife, and there's smoke around him, and then just kind of disappear. There's also a story of a common occurrence of seeing a woman also surrounded by smoke playing the slot machines. For that instance, I can only say I would have to question when I witnessed that, is that a ghost? Or is that just some woman from Manitoba in a kitty sweater that's just smoked too many cigarettes and now has a cloud of smoke around her? I mean, it's really hard to say. One of the saddest sightings or hearings, apparently on the 7th floor, people hear the voice of a young boy calling out for his mother. That's sad, but that's also pretty damn terrifying. I went there. I explored the upper hallways of Bally's, aka MGM Grand, and there's this very strange heaviness to the place. I mean, it was a full hotel, but it felt very vacant and felt very cold. And it was weird because the elevators I went up in the North Tower, which is called, like, I think the Indigo Tower now. I don't know. You got where I kept getting off was these small little hallways. I didn't like the way it felt there. It felt cold, felt freaky, felt like somebody was watching me. I definitely would never want to stay there. Let's just say that. I would never want to book a room at Bally's. I was a spirit at Bally's. I'd be like, no, screw this. I've been here for far too long. I'm attaching to you, and I'm going to go to your house with you. Go to Bally's, get a ghost hitchhiker. Do you really want that? I don't think so. Am I also just like the only one that finds Vegas to be very unsettling as in general? I mean, yeah, we know the mob ran the place, probably bodies everywhere, but just like, you know, you see these people, it is the most sinful city, and not in the sexy way. I'm talking like just gluttonous. Like, you just eat too much, you drink too much, you make mistakes, you lose money. It's like you see these people just sitting there in the slots, and you know they've probably been there since 6 a.m. Just saddest stories. I mean, honestly, you're looking at them and you're like, are you even alive anymore? As always, I really hope you enjoyed the show. I'm so glad that you tuned in to watch. Please check out the other episodes. Please subscribe to the channel. Also use hashtag Macabre Mondays when talking about the show. Hey, like us on Facebook. Let's be Facebook friends. Let's make this a personal thing. Let's just get creepy together. Okay, guys, have a creepy Monday. See you later. I'm going to go take care of myself because I feel like I'm going to pass out. Bye-bye.